Hey gamers, thanks for tuning in. Rick here for Game Trade Media here at GAMA, and we've got Glenn from Forbidden Games. So Glenn is known for what? What is Glenn known for in this whole Forbidden Games circle?
Well, it's going from before Forbidden Games back to the Eagle Games days, Railroad Tycoon, Age of Empires 3, Civilization. Those are probably
just
the
some
best
little
three.
games.
Little games
that people might recognize.
Might remember if you're really old like I am.
And now Forbidden Games is your new
The new
project.
venture, yes. So the new venture, we have games like Railroad Rivals. We have games like Raccoon Tycoon.
Super popular.
And we have our newest game, which is Extraordinary Adventures Pirates.
Okay.
And this is what we're kind of excited about for Gen Con. This will be a brand new title at Gen Con.
Nice.
And it'll also be through your Gen Con live in-store program.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. So the people that aren't at Gen Con will be able to experience this and check it out at their local game store that are participating.
Absolutely.
Perfect. So tell us a little bit about this.
So this is a light deck builder and a race game simultaneously. So basically, you're going to start with 3 pirate ships in the Western Caribbean, and you're going to race along 3 tracks simultaneously.
Okay.
And basically, it's a light deck builder. So you've got a hand of cards, and you're going to be essentially playing 3 on your turn, and you can either play the movement or the special ability.
Nice.
So it's very flexible, but again, light. It's aimed at gateway gamers,
Okay.
But hardcore gamers are digging it as well. It's got enough depth and gameplay where you can knock this out. Say you play a 3-hour game. You're like, hey, we still have some time. Let's play a game that takes 45 minutes to an hour.
Nice. Well, looking at it, I can see how some hardcore gamers would like it just because it has the historics.
It does.
It has-
very historically accurate.
And it has a very, a look to it that a hardcore gamer would be like, oh, I like this visually.
We actually hired a Disney artist.
Okay.
He actually works at Disney, and they let him moonlight. And so
Nice.
on the train ride home from work every day for a year, he worked on our assets. So we have over 100 pieces of unique Disney-esque, I'll say, trademark art that's in this game.
That's amazing. I'm looking at it, and having been a sailor for 20 years myself, I'm a big fan of really good pirate art here. So we have the Quartermaster, which is really cool, and take any cube from the board, a hogshead of grog.
So there's always a little flavor text, right?
Do all the character cards have flavor text?
Pretty much, yeah.
It looks like they do.
I think so. I wrote it all, so I should know, right? So yeah, that was the idea. Is make sure that it was in theme. I'm a history nerd, so I did a lot of research on actual pirates, even though it has a Disney-esque look to it. It's the background is really realistic, so all the ports are accurate to that 1640 to 1660 time frame, the kind of the golden age of piracy, buccaneering, and it's the research. I read a dozen authentic historical pirate books to kind of make sure that I was doing everything right.
Okay.
And the game has, if you remember Sid Meier's Pirates from the old days.
Sadly, I don't.
It's a PC game.
No,
it was on the Commodore 64 and on the PC.
Oh, so I had a Commodore 64, and the only games I played on it were Pool of Radiance, Curse of the Azure Bonds, Secret of the TSR.
Okay, makes sense.
Boxes,
yeah, I had Temple Opshai.
And Baldur's Gate, or not Baldur's Gate.
No, that was before that.
No, not Baldur's Gate. Bard's Tale.
The best.
Yeah.
Bard's Tale was amazing. Yeah. So I played those as well.
Okay.
But also Sid Meier's Pirates, just amazing, and had so much theme, just dripping with theme.
Now I feel like I missed out.
You missed it. You missed it. You might as well have said you never played Mule. You never played Mule.
I never played Mule.
Oh my God. Probably the best game of all time.
Okay.
Literally the best game design of all time on the Commodore 64.
Well, now, seeing as how I missed out on Pirates on Commodore 64, I can replace my experience with this.
You can. It'll be a fraction. I mean, that was such a good game. This is a much lighter experience, but really fun. The challenge of the game is that you're trying to race ahead, but meanwhile, along the way, there are all these merchant ships, these juicy merchantmen.
Yeah, you want to get them.
You want to get them, and so you go off the track, and you loot them and pillage them, and you get their cargoes.
Right.
And then you have to go deeper off the track if you want to cash in the cargoes for victory point treasure cards.
Nice.
And either of those places will also help you build your deck.
Nice.
Right? So you get lighter, fluffier guys if you loot the merchant because you're impressing those crewmen into your crew. And then if you go to the port, then you're getting the real skilled guys, the doctors and the carpenters and those kinds of things that have the really powerful cards.
Nice.
And so it has that, again, right flavor, but the simple decisions you're making are tactical ones. Which cards am I playing? Which special abilities am I using? And when am I recruiting? And am I staying ahead of the other guy who's racing right behind me?
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Now, you said this is going to be available at Gen Con.
Yes, this is a Gen Con release.
Okay. And as far as like hitting the hard retail market, same day?
Yeah, I think it depends always on when the product's delivered from the factory.
Of course.
But that's what we're targeting right now is that it would be delivered in late July. So probably retailers could get it a few days before Gen Con.
Right. Okay, perfect. So make sure you guys pre-order through your
definitely
through your purchase or salesperson at Alliance Game Distributors.
Is there another one?
Not that I'm aware of. But also make sure that you check out, open that dialogue with your retailer and let them know you saw this video and you want to get this on your shelf and on your table.
And again, it will be available through that Gen Con in-store. I don't know exactly what they're calling it.
In-store experience.
But you guys are running that program.
Yeah. And I think that's only for demo purposes.
Oh, okay.
I think the games that are going to be available to see at Gen Con will be available to demo at your local game stores.
Perfect. Yeah, and we're participating in that with this game.
Perfect.
So they'll be able to actually have the live inventory to sell, and they'll be able to demo the game.
Perfect. Now, you said earlier that you had these other two amazing games, but is there something exciting going on with those?
Funny you should ask.
You
should ask. We have expansions coming.
Okay.
So Railroad Rivals was Forbidden's first product, and we're really, really happy with it. It's again a tight, competitive game that you could say is a gateway plus. So gamers are really into it. But it's something you can teach easily to people who are not your hardest core friends.
Sure.
Right. So you can have the neighbors come over. You can play with mom. You play with the kids.
Right.
But again, as a filler game or even as your main game to play it 2 or 3 times during a game session, it plays great. It's a tile drafting, tile laying, railroad themed game, and we just finished doing the pre-order for the expansion.
Okay.
So that'll be out in time for Gen Con as well.
Nice.
So we'll have this for retail in time for Gen Con.
Cool.
The expansion for Railroad Rivals is called the Robber Barons expansion.
Nice.
And it makes the game much more hardcore.
Freaking
so this is what your gamers are going to want, right? So if this game is too light and you passed on it because you thought, oh, that's a gateway game. Yes, I've got gateway customers, but I'm really primarily focused on the gamers.
Sure.
Now with the expansion, it's a really heavier game.
Cool.
Yeah. And the same thing with Raccoon Tycoon, which is really killing right now.
Yeah, it's super popular.
Super popular, and the expansion will be available in time for Gen Con.
Wow, you got a lot going on at Gen Con. Are you gonna make it? Are you gonna
it's
survive
gonna be
that
brutal.
experience?
It is going to be brutal. I'm right now. We're hiring people to come demo at the booth, and
Nice.
I just hope we have enough people. We're going to be doing a giveaway, right? So we'll be giving away copies for people who play the games at the booth.
Nice.
And that really had people in the booth last year.
Oh, heck yeah.
We literally had people lining up like an hour, 2 hours before just to get a seat.
That's perfect.
It's great. So yes, we'll be busy.
What's the Raccoon Tycoon expansion going to be called?
Yeah, it's going to be called the Fat Cat.
Oh,
Right. So the railroads are all themed animal themes,
Right.
and one of them is the Fat Cat Railroad, and so the Fat Cat expansion.
nice.
Yeah.
I can dig that.
Yeah.
Now, if anybody watching, which is going to be hundreds and hundreds of thousands,
At least.
right, are going to be watching this video, where can they go to find out more about Forbidden Games?
So it's real simple. It's www.forbidden.games.
Okay.
So you don't even need to think of any other words. No
Nope.
.coms,
No
no
.coms,
nothing.
Perfect.
Just forbidden.games, and obviously on our website. Also our BGG page, of course.
Okay.
Any pages, and our Facebook page.
Right.
Has a lot of information.
Perfect.
Yes.
So make sure you go check out all the cool stuff that Forbidden Games has going on their website and social media platforms. Man, I'm just thinking pirate stuff, and I'm like, it makes me want to go back and watch the series Black Sails.
Yes.
And come and play this. Like, we're having a whole pirate themed night.
Oh yeah,
That'd be,
you got to do it, and that's
yeah.
the best part is the role playing, right?
Yeah.
you have to talk like a pirate when you play a pirate game.
Of course. So what is it? September 17th. Talk like a pirate.
Talk like a pirate day.
Yeah, this is a game you got to play on that day too.
We'll be out in time. Yeah.
Right.
Maybe we should do a thing.
I think you should do a thing.
We should do a thing.
Yeah.
On September 17th.
I agree.
Great idea.
Let's do it. All right, Glenn. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Everybody out there watching, thanks for watching. Make sure you check out all the cool stuff on Game Trade Media. We got a lot of cool videos that are out there in the universe on all of our platforms. And until the next video, make sure you go to your friendly local game store. I'm Rick, and I'll see you there.